Hello everyone and welcome back. So today guys we're going to clean the engine bay and we're also going to apply a dressing on it to make it look presentable, clean, shiny, all of the positives possible. Engine bays are really similar, especially on these mini hatchbacks, so to speak, like the Audi A1, or even if you can see my previous videos, the Toyota Yaris. Very similar way of cleaning it because of the engine layout and whatnot. You may find on bigger cars to have more engine covers and stuff, but the process itself is the same. So I'll start with the top of the bonnet. Well, this is also I would consider is the part of the engine bay clean. You want to start from the top because obviously you don't want that overspray. Because if you start with the engine bay, then you're gonna work on the top. You're gonna get all that overspray. And I'm just using a regular soft brush to agitate all the areas. Literally using as well an all-purpose cleaner from Built Hamburg, diluted 1 to 10. I always use this chemical. It's so versatile. The fabric patch here, I just kind of wipe it down. It's not that dirty. It is a 5-year-old car. It only collected dust really at this point. I'm using a long reach brush to get into more intricate areas. However, I don't use this brush a lot in this engine bay clean because I don't find the necessity for using it anyway. And I'm using my 400 psi pressure washer. Well, that's the only pressure washer I really use in my videos, but it does the job pretty well because you don't really need a lot of pressure. You just want a rinsing tool. A very important part as well, I like to cover the battery up. I don't want to get water and moisture there. I just use simple bags, shopping bags, and they do a great job on covering the battery. And also I cover the alternator because this is a battery case. You might have some water collecting down there, and I don't want it there, so I just cover it up. It's not gonna hurt. So now I just pre-saturate the whole engine with the all-purpose cleaner. Try to get it all over the place, just to evenly cover it. You don't want to heavily oversaturate it. And the next step will be agitation. Obviously, guys, I forgot to mention that very important point. That the engine has to be cold. If you want to clean the engine cold, especially with Built Hamburg Suffix HD, because it's really sensitive to temperatures. And agitate, well, realistically you're only going to agitate the top parts of the engine that you can see. You're not going to get down the engine where the crankcase is. You really only thing you're going to do there is just whatever the cleaner going to get on there, and you're going to rinse it off. That's the only dirt it's really going to get, but that's fine. And really, I'm just using Eau de Glam. You've seen it in my previous videos. This is a dressing that's meant to be used on interior, but it's also suitable for engine bays as well. Can be applied on the wet engine bay. And as you can see, I didn't blow out the engine before applying the dressing. So I'm just going to leave this for another 20 minutes to soak in. And I'll just carry on washing my car. I'm going to start with the wheels. I'm going to close the bonnet and wait for it to dry. And as soon as I clean my wheels, I'm going to open the bonnet, and next process what I'll do, I'll just agitate, well, not agitate, I'm just going to wipe down the engine bay, any excess product, which is the dressing. I'm going to buff it off. You can leave it, actually, it says you can, because of the very fact that it can be really shiny. You can adjust the amount of shininess, so to speak, by removing it or not removing it with a cloth. I just like a matte finish, so what I do is I just simply wipe down the areas that I can reach, and just using a microfiber towel cloth. And I also am going to use a leaf blower to blow off the tight area that collected water, so to speak, but realistically you're only going to blow off certain areas. Just make sure you're in front of the blower. You use a microfiber cloth so you gather all the water in the cloth itself, so you don't just spread it around all over the place and chase your tail, so to speak. And also what's specific to this 1.4 Tfsi engine, the case, the battery's kept, also holds a bit of, I found a bit of leaves in the case, so I vacuumed it. Can be helpful, vacuuming in other areas as well. If you have any dust, you can do it prior. So now I just washed the car itself from the overspray that was from the engine bay cleaning. I mean, you use the pressure washer, just, you know, water spurts all over the place. And you want to clean your car afterwards because you don't want that overspray on your car. So this is how the engine looks like now, and as you can see, these shiny parts, the grill itself has a bit of a, you know, water, it has a bit of residue or spots, so I just decided to wipe it down with my wireless wash, which will also give some protection. And now we're just going to start up the engine and see if it works or not. As you can see, it does, and there are no check lights or whatnot. The engine works perfectly fine. And because we were cautious, we let the, you know, engine dry out properly. So it's easy. You know, just afterwards, all you need to do is just maintain, wipe it down a little bit. Maybe once every year or two, you might need to wash the engine, depending on what conditions you live in. But overall, it's pretty simple. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next videos.